Hey everybody, it's me, your girl, Miss Vital, aka the Classroom Management Diva, aka Mrs. I'm here to help you get your ish together. That's right, and when we talk about ish, we're talking about our inspiration, our influence, your saving, and your healing, because that's what we're all here to do. If you are in this field and you're not doing those three things, then you need to be trying to get it together. Okay? So the first person that you need to be inspiring, saving, and healing is yourself. And then we help others, okay? Because we can't get somebody else together if we're not getting ourselves together. Now, on the contrary, those things that hinder us from being successful, that's that other ish. That stuff that we're operating in that's keeping us backwards, that has us all constipated and acting all angry and crazy in the classrooms and in the daycares and in our homes. Same thing with you stay-at-home moms. So anyway, that's the ignorance. That means that you just don't know. And then your self-gratification. That means it's all about you now. You got to work on that. And then your hurts. There are a lot of traumas, a lot of bad experiences that we've had in our lives that, create who we are. And we're operating in that stuff and it has us all stuck and constipated. That's what I'm going to say. So anyway, never mind the church. It is what it is. We've tried everything. So we're going to have to get some new detectors. If anybody has any suggestions on some really good detectors, because we've changed the batteries out and they're all still doing the same thing. So I did not want it to hinder me from still, sharing information with you guys. And for those of you that have concerns about making that chirp sound with licensing, because I've had people say that before, then I'm going to tell you this, that if you pay attention to the message, you won't have to worry about that. And then too, my licensing rep, she understands when the smoke goes off, if something is burning in here, they go off, so they work. But thanks for your advice, guys. Not a big deal. All right, so again, pardon the noise. So anyhow, I'm coming to you guys to, I guess you can say, kind of finish up on the first video that we talked about daycare depression. And the video cut off, so I wanted to make sure that I was able to give you the rest of the principles that are going to help you to overcome the daycare depression. Now, I do want to say this, that I'm not a physician. I am not here to diagnose anybody. There is not a technical term called daycare depression, but there is depression, okay? And there is a depression that is associated with you staying at home and not having an outside life. So you may want to kind of look that up. So we talked about the time, your time management, definitely one of the most important things that you have to make sure that you are taking care of. Because if you're not managing your time and then you're wondering why you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, and then by the time you get home, you're already home, but by the time, it's time for you to mellow out, you're tired and you're not understanding why. So please manage your time, guys. It's important for you to do that. The next thing that we talked about was your team. Team, T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. That means that you need to stop taking on everything for yourself, and that you need to make sure that you have people in place that are able to help you. So some of you are going to say, well, my family is not down here. Well, you're catering to parents. So during those times that you need to cut things out, make that something that your parents can do. If there are things that you need to be posted, try and see if some of your parents can help you and volunteer to do some of that stuff. I forgot to tell you guys that your parents are way more useful than you know. Okay? And another thing as it relates to team. Team is all about trust. You cannot have a team if you can't trust. And you're going to have to understand that everything is not going to go the way that you want it to go. Well, it will go the way that you want it to go, but it may not be in the same ritual. So if they do something different than how you do it, but the job is done, just appreciate the job getting done, guys. Don't elaborate on how it was done, okay? As long as it got done. Everybody has their own special way of doing things, okay? So team, okay? And then, another thing with team, we were talking about those, pardon those fireworks. It is not the 4th of July, but these people are out here popping already, and it's making it real bad for me. But it's all good. So much going on in this video. But anyway, hopefully you guys can ignore that and forgive me. If it's not well enough, I'll do it over. No problem. Okay, so again, now we're on the training part. So it is already required per licensing guidelines, and I'm sure this is in every state, when you have a home daycare, that you go over your policies and procedures and the minimum standards with your family. They are supposed to know that to the T. But there are other standards that you need to make sure that you're setting for yourself, such as, making sure that everybody is understanding them, but also in a position where if you needed to do something, that they could do it too. And also that they understand the severity of not following these rules. Because it could be ugly. I told you, my husband, he shaved, it's just his house. So he's like, well, I'm like, I'm not going to go there because I love the man. But Lord, that's all I'm going to say. I know y'all are going through the same thing. Because those husbands, they could be the worst. Even though we love them. So anyhow, then talk. So yeah, make sure that they're training. Make sure that they're trained to the fullest and that they understand the severity of what happens when they don't follow those rules. Okay, talk. Guys, this was the one thing that I did not do because I felt that I was dealing with it. I would tell my husband, I'm working all day. It's been 12 hours. I'm from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay? It got to the point to where I was having somebody open up for me. Now, how crazy is that someone comes to your house and opens your home? And I did that because I already knew that I was going to be home anyway, up until the 6 o'clock p.m. mark. So I was like, you know what? If I have somebody that's just here in the morning, at least I can wake up a lot later. And then the remainder of the time that I'm here, I think my schedule was maybe a 9 to 5 or something like that. Like I literally I gave myself time to get myself together. At first I didn't do that. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So just make sure that you're having the help, okay? So talk. I did not talk to anybody. When I started feeling the way that I was feeling, I always wanted to appear that I had it all together. And I did not. There were things that began to fall apart for me. I didn't talk to anybody. So if you're not going to talk to your spouse, talk to a friend, talk to someone about how you're feeling, take some time off. And then seek clinical help if you have to. There's nothing wrong with you admitting that there is something that is not right. Okay? Sometimes you know what your body feels. You know what your mind tells you. When you're tired, exhausted, you don't want to get up anymore. So you want to do that. And then you're isolated from the rest of the world. You want to make sure that you talk to someone, okay? And seek help. Please seek help. And then trust. This business is all about trust. You cannot have a business again. That's our last T. Our last T is to trust. Trust yourself. Because a lot of the times when we're not able to trust others, it tells us something about ourselves. So you want to make sure that you are trusting who you are as an individual and trusting the process and trusting that everything is going to be okay and trusting that you have followed all of these T's and that everything's going to be good for you, baby. Trust me. It's going to be good. And then you'll be coming to work popping your collar hey, I'm here. Walking down the stairs. Refreshed. Feeling good. So yeah, but those are my 5 T's. All right, so we're going to go over them again. Time. Take time out for yourself. Team. Make sure that you have a team in place. Remember, together, everyone achieves more. Train. Make sure that your family and your staff and whomever is in your circle is trained on what they can and cannot do and what your expectations are. talk. If you are feeling these feelings of depression and sadness and you don't know where they're coming from, you're getting frustrated and looking at kids like, if you don't get out of my face, then you need to talk to someone. And then the last one is trust. Trust the process. Trust that you're going to do well. And I know that you guys are going to do well. Okay? And trust those that are in your circle. You have to have trust. So that's what a business is about, trust. So I'm going to go ahead and close it now. Again, I apologize for that first video, but I think I pretty much made up for it now, okay? So anyway, my name is Miss Vital, a.k.a. the Classroom Management Diva, a.k.a. Mrs. I'm here to help you get your ish together.